Destiny 2, the beta. We're going to talk about it. I'm with Matt. Depending on
Hello.
depending on how this goes, we'll either have a strike in the background and we'll be in the top right, and you'll get to see Matt die a lot, and we also have the wipe. If not, we're just going to be here chatting about the beta. It's going to be completely different to a normal video where we usually mess about, chat shit to each other, and have a little bit of a montage. So, we've got a few things what we've jotted down and we're going to talk about. Together, we'll start with the mods in the game. What you can equip on your weapons and your armor, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. So, right now,
Ooh,
I'm on my
actually,
armor.
nah, you can put it on your ghost and like your bombs are useless. Oh no. Oh wait, yeah, they are. Bombs are useless. Yeah, the ghost gets it too. Ooh, I think I know what I can do.
Right.
Wait,
So,
what?
what we'll do is we'll start with the weapons, and alright, first of all, I'm on the wrong weapon. There we go. Right, so,
Ooh.
I'm on the energy weapon, and there's one thing I noticed last night when I was playing, and I was just looking through, and it says, so you got the legendary infusion, right? I guess that's well, it says select a piece of legendary gear to consume. That item will be used to infuse another item with the power. So it gets, it's like old school Destiny, isn't it? Where if you want to up the attack of the gun, you infuse
It's a
it
lot
with
more
a
quicker
stronger gun.
and nifty way.
Yeah. You've got your shaders, what, exotic, but obviously now for legendaries. It seems like there's going to be there's loads of slots, so I guess there's going to be loads of different shaders. Maybe you might be able to make a shader somehow, I do not know. But, yeah. But the one I really did notice is the fact that the damage mods, and that is that it's rare. So, got an arc damage mod, and it's like rare. And then I was thinking, when I was talking to Dave, it's, if you could have a legendary one, what you can switch. So, for instance, I'm on a red Mamba, and it's an arc damage one. So, if, for instance, if you got a legendary one, it would be arc and solar, kind of thing, or arc and void.
Be very interesting to see when the game comes out. What they decide is legendary and exotic and what's common and rare.
Because, what in Destiny 1, you had the Murmur, what came out in the, I don't know what the name, Dark Below DLC was the first one, and that had the Murmur, what you could switch between solar and arc, and now they've got that sniper rifle that's coming in, what's the PlayStation exclusive again, what's all three elements, and I don't know if that's going to be an exotic or a legendary, but if it's an exotic and it shows it has like an exotic damage mod, surely that must mean that there's legendary ones and that you can switch between two. And maybe, I'm not too sure, but this is stretching out there, maybe you can go to Xur and buy them every Friday, because I'm guessing Xur's coming back. Yeah, I'm guessing Xur's coming back.
Being able to change elements would be very exotic.
And I don't know, but maybe you would buy these mods with the legendary shards. Obviously, we don't know how the legendary shards are going to work, but I don't know, it's just a stab in the dark.
I feel like they're gonna pull a 180 when the game comes out and just buy trade for other items. They mean like with Xur or other. Maybe there's more people which are like Xur with specific items instead of like a multitude.
There's that character. What's her name? I can't. There's something you can go on and it shows her name. Is it like the? It's the woman in the at the farm. I don't know her name.
I don't know what her name is either.
But her maybe because she's got a few things to do. Actually, wait. Is it this? Here we go. Hawthorne. If you go at your clan banner, it says you do not own a clan banner. Join a clan to visit Hawthorne. Maybe she might have something to do with it. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see for the release. Right.
Oh, some guns don't have that ability.
Matt just noticed something.
You've got Nightshade and.
Nightshade? I don't have.
Oh,
Oh,
we
wait.
have got the mod, but it's only got legendary infusion. There's nothing else. Unless that's just gonna come up later when we get it. But it's weird. Then the other ones, you've got shaders for other guns. Some guns don't have shaders, some guns do. Interesting. Maybe it's just a bug.
Well, Matt, as you just noticed, the hover over weapon mods, and it tells you attach a mod to a weapon to improve or add to its perks. Doing so consumes a mod. So maybe you can get a mod that like adds, I don't know, like Firefly to a scout rifle or something like that. And
It would
like,
be interesting.
I think I'm not too sure, but I feel like maybe how to get a mod. Maybe Xur would, when he comes out, he'd sell like 2 or 3 mods every week. You know, they obviously vary. But you can also craft them. Maybe by if you get a duplicate weapon, like that's not good. You know, let's say for instance here we have the 200 attack. Does not compute. If you got like a 195 one, obviously you can't infuse it. And obviously they're gonna have the same perks now. But to get this certain mod, maybe you need 5 of that, like this weapon, and like maybe I don't know, a certain material. Let's say Relic Iron comes back into the game, so you'd need like 5 of these scout rifles and like let's say 20 Relic Iron to get like a faster reload mod or something, and then you attach that to your gun.
Oh, pardon me. Hmm.
Weapon perk. Oh,
It could be
everyone
their,
knows about the
it could be
perks.
their, it could be Bungie's way around the whole God roll scenario, because they removed the whole God roll possibility. But with the mods, you might be able to make a God roll that way.
And obviously we have the armor mods and that. Well, I'm not too sure. I guess they're going to be the same, aren't they? They're just going to add mods. Who knows? Maybe you get armor. Like you might just get armor like this in the beta. What's just stock? It just gives you mobility and recovery or what, you know, whatever. But if like in the full game where you can make mods or whatnot, you can actually add stuff to like I don't know, like what the armor mods you do? Like increased reload for hand cannons or scout rifles, stuff like that, or quicker grenade recovery. Maybe they're gonna have to do stuff like that with them types of armor mods. Who knows?
There'll probably be common mods for like the 3 abilities, the resilience, mobility, and recovery. Maybe they will increase the amount that you get more than what you've already got. Interesting, because these are just perks. It does a lot though.
The next part on the list is mainly we haven't really picked the Titan and we haven't really picked the Hunter. I don't know why. I enjoyed the Titan in Destiny 1, but in the beta I'm not a big fan of the Titan. I don't know why. Maybe I might like it a bit more when the game actually comes up. But at the moment I don't really like him. I'm not good with him either. That's probably why. But Hunter's my main character. But in the beta, I've enjoyed the Warlock most. So I thought we'd talk about the Warlock specials or supers, sorry, and get not too in depth because you know people's already done that. But I overall, if I had to pick over Dawnblade or the Voidwalker, I'd still pick Voidwalker. I like the new way it works. It feels kind of better than the Destiny 1 version with the well, it's my video what I uploaded when I missed 2 people, but I still got like the kills because it was like I fired my Nova Bomb in between them. It didn't kill him, but now that it's got the action bolts after it hits the floor, it you know it can kill him that way. That's pretty good. I don't know if it's a one-shot kill or not. I didn't actually look into that, but yeah, you don't have to be 100% accurate with it. Probably because it's so fucking slow. In that way, it's slow, but it's fat. If you miss them, you still got the action bolts to kill them. Matt, what would you rather
Great way
pick?
how they balanced it like that.
What would you rather pick? Would you pick the Dawnblade or would you rather pick a Voidwalker?
I find Voidwalker is a lot more balanced than it was in Destiny 1 because mainly the whole slow scenario, it does track, yeah, so it's great for PvP, but in PvE, if you're trying to do it at a raid boss or any boss, especially in the strike that we've gotten, it can lock onto other enemies instead, so that's really annoying. But in PvP it's quite good. But Dawnblade, I find it hard to get orbs with Dawnblade. I don't know what it is, maybe I'm just unaccurate with it. But I find Voidwalker gives you a lot more grenades, so I'd probably go Voidwalker over Dawnblade. But Dawnblade's a cool ability subclass, yeah.
Yeah, Pepe's pretty good with Dawnblade. I give him that. There is one thing I don't know if you know. I don't know if this has been touched on. It probably has. Someone's probably done it. And I didn't know this until yesterday. But me and Dave, we were just messing about in Crucible. when we found out, obviously, the charge grenade. Like, we didn't know about it, and then I was going to make a video. I didn't in the end. And then I looked on YouTube, and it was everywhere. But anyway, also, apart from the charge grenades, what I think is really cool, what we will talk about in a second, I don't know if you knew this, but when you throw your Nova Bomb, if you shoot it, it detonates.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I did not know that, and I completely forgot. I tried it. It's just one shot, and the Voidwalker will explode into its little action bolts, and then so on and so on. So it's kind of good. You don't have to be accurate with it. You can do that. It's kind of hard, and obviously in Crucible, the way it is at the moment, it's kind of difficult, because you know you have to. I don't know. It feels every time I go into a gunfight now, I feel like I'm going to lose. I don't know if it's just because I've played the Crucible for so long in Destiny. I'm just really confident, and then in this, it's new, new challenges, and you're not used to any of the guns. But yeah, I don't know if you use your super, you throw your Nova Bomb, you miss, but you shoot the Nova Bomb itself. Like, let's say you throw it and it's above the person's head, it's not going to kill them, so you shoot it, and then the action bolts go. If you're lucky. But then there's also the risk that instead of shooting him, you've shot your super, and whilst doing that, he's maybe killed you or something. I'm not too sure if it's effective, but in PvE, it's pretty good. I do like it. Obviously,
it worked really well in phase 1 of the strike that we got given, because I found that when I threw my Nova Bomb, it would always pass and then go around to hit him in the leg.
Yeah. When you throw it and it does a U-turn on
a
him.
lot more effective, I'm guessing, if you shot it next to him than it going around. I don't even know if it properly hits him or not. If it hits a wall behind, I'm not sure.
You do have the risk of hitting the harpies, though, don't you? You have the risk of hitting the harpies.
Yeah. Really annoying.
Also, before I go, I was going to look for a second lot of perks, but you can do that if you want, Matt. But we'll quickly touch up onto the charged grenades, what you can get. And how do they work? Is it you need a grenade? Yeah, you need your grenade, don't you? And then you hold down L1 or the grenade button, and it uses up your super energy. But it's like you just hold it in your hand, kind of thing, and it's just there. As long as it does the animation, that's it. But you can hold it down, and then your super energy drains. I thought when I heard about it, I was like, oh no. Like when Dave told me, I was like, it's probably going to use up the super energy really quick, but it doesn't. It goes down really slow. What's really good. I don't know if that's going to get changed to get on quicker, or just.
If it's ridiculously slow, I haven't actually used it. If it's ridiculously slow, they'll probably make it a bit quicker.
Well, the thing is though, it doesn't do damage. It doesn't increase your damage. Well, I thought it would, but I watched the video yesterday. It doesn't increase your damage. The difference is so for the Vortex Grenade, you've got obviously the area damage. What that does, it just increases the area damage. I'm pretty sure the time's exactly the same. It's just literally what it does. So the Vortex Grenade, it just gets bigger basically. Let's just see. So the Scatter Grenade was quite interesting. What I was using, and I was struggling to use the Scatter Grenade, even though I really like it. Basically, if you power up, it gains the power to track your enemies. So I'm not too sure how many Scatter Grenades come out, but yeah, it gets tracking. And there was a gauntlet that did that. I'm not too sure what they're called though, because I didn't really play Warlock.
Yeah, I forgot what it was. I remember I actually got it eventually from the. Well, I can't remember one of the two. It was really good. I used the Scatter Grenade like crazy when I got tracking.
I really liked that. And then the Action Bolt is simple. It has 2 bolts of. Well, yeah, it has 2 bolts. And now it goes up to 4, so it just doubles, so you can kill up to 4 enemies with it.
Oh, that's cool.
But I don't know, is Action Bolt even that good? I've got it equipped there, but.
It's really slow at tracking, very slow. It's like as slow as the Nova Bomb, really slow.
Yeah. So that's because this is my Voidwalker setup, but I don't use Voidwalker much. I like it more than Dawnblade, but I'm trying to get the hang of Dawnblade a lot more. Alright, so next we will go on to the second lot of perks where we've got Devour, What else? Devour, Feed the Void, Insatiable. I'm not sure how you say that, and Vortex. So, Devour, kill an enemy with the melee ability to fully regenerate your health for a short time afterwards. Oh, so that's like old school energy drain, right? When you punch him and kill him. But now it takes like, what, 2 to 3 punches to kill someone in Crucible? Or like 1 to 2 in a PvE?
Oh, that takes quite a long time.
Oh,
Depends
so, on this one, hold L1 to consume your grenade energy to regenerate your health. That'd be pretty decent in raids, maybe?
It's gonna be good for me.
Yeah. Well, the Diva effect is active. Killing enemies extended duration every time.
I find that cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty. Yeah, that'd be useful.
Let's hope that
grenade.
when Destiny 2 is not when it's released, that it's not as broken as it sounds. You get back the grenade, which is insane.
Well, we'll have to find
And then
out.
you can just keep on getting your health back constantly. Hopefully it's quite balanced when it comes out.
And then Vortex is Nova Bomb creates a singularity which continues damages enemies
like
trapped
Destiny 1.
inside. Yeah, old school that. So that is the Void Walker. I'd say you
Good
basically
system.
summed it up to now. And yeah, Matt says it's a good subclass.
Yeah, good.
So next we've got the next subclass of the Warlock. What is Dawnblade? What is pretty cool. It is good to see Warlocks with an actual attack of solar subclass, because obviously you had self-res, what Matt abused in Destiny 1.
Yeah.
And now that that's gone, well, Matt, you mained the Warlock. Well, until it came to the end where you went to Hunter, and you did quote that Hunters are better than Warlocks, and now you've gone back to
Yeah, I did.
Warlocks.
I like the universal abilities they got now, because now they're actually efficient. They got Heal and Red and Power and Red.
Yeah, they've kind of replaced that Titan role with the DPS edition, haven't they? Now that the Titan bubble only has Armor of Light and not Weapons of Light. I might be, correct me if I'm wrong, but when I used it, I only had Armor. I didn't actually look through the Sentinel subclass, but I'm pretty sure you only get Armor of Light. And obviously, that is only effective because, well, unless someone comes in to your bubble, then it's not really effective because, like, you go outside, you've lost the Armor of Light. So, the Dawnblade, let's just go into it and see what we've got here. So, obviously, we've got on the left, we've got the healing and the powered rift. We don't need to talk about that. Got the jump, got the grenades, blah 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 blah. It's pretty cool. It's going to be kind of quick because there's not many things that like stands out to me, right? Apart from obviously you've got the double circle thing that makes you do the thing in the sky, dodge thing, yeah, the Titan Twilight Garrison thing, or the Shade Step in the air, and the super. You know, it might be kind of hard to use because when you go into the air, you know, it could be difficult to move in the air and whatnot. But Dawnblade has a kind of lock-on system with that, where if you throw the sword, it kind of goes towards the enemy, kind of thing, like a magnet grenade or whatnot. So. You don't need to be precise with it. The blade will dip down or curve into the enemies and do quite a lot of damage. It is pretty good against bosses. Or
yeah, it works really well against bosses. But against ads, I mean, it's good at clear up, but you don't get much more.
I don't know if it does like splash damage or not. I'm not too sure. But like the actual strike boss itself, it did pretty good damage too. The bosses with like the split segments of health destroys them really fast, like just 2-3 swords and they're gone. What, you know, I guess is the super goes pretty quick if you spam the swords, but that's kind of the same with, you could say, every super, so that's balanced. I'm just going to look for the perks, but I'm actually not too sure what it's got. Stock enemy.
Cool.
So you got the burn thing, what used to be in the old back in Destiny 1. What increases your movement and reload speed, what I did not know. I thought it just burned them. So, I guess that's kind of good. You don't need to kill them? No, you just punch them. if you just punch an enemy, you increase your movement and reload speed. That's because that's one thing with the Warlock, isn't it? Their mobility is surprisingly quite high.
Yeah.
When I got mine, when I got the Warlock at the start, I think mine was at 8 mobility, something really crazy like that. And I think, I'm not too sure, but you'll have a set mobility kind of thing. Like, so when Destiny comes, or when Destiny 2 comes out of the release, let's just say, you know, Hunter's stock kind of stats. Like, let's say they had no armor on or nothing. Let's say Hunter straight away, it have like 6 mobility, 2 resilience, and 1 what's the other one? Recovery. Let's just say that Warlock. So right now my Warlock's got 3 resilience, 4 mobility, 6 recovery. Now I've got no mobility on my Warlock. I've switched all into recovery, I think. Recovery and resilience.
When you get your primary armor, it's like a ton of mobility for some reason.
Yeah.
They give you way too much mobility.
They do give you a lot of mobility for the Warlock. I don't know. They've changed all the jump. Well, it feels like they've changed all the jumps. So for me, the Titan jump is a bit. Well, it's not as OP as it was. Yeah, it's slower, a lot slower. The Warlock jump feels a bit quicker, but you can get a lot of height with the Warlock. That is the thing. But the thing is, it doesn't. You know, back in Destiny 1, if a Warlock jumps in the air in Crucible, you're gonna kill him or her. But now it's different because of that speed. You can get around corners a lot quicker, and it's kind of good for flanking on the Crucible map. With the as I got with the rocket launcher kill, I kind of just glided and really quick, but you just snap on with the rocket launcher and fire, and it is done. And they can't do nothing about it because you can glide really quick. And with Dawnblade as well, yeah, as you said, with Dawnblade, that helps. You go quick, you can't get shot as easily, and you can hit them. Yeah. And with Nova Bomb, I guess that just helps. You know, just jump up and whatnot. Yeah, I haven't really used Blinker because I do not like Blink any. Like, just I hate it. I fucking hate the Blink. I used it like straight away, and I was just like, yeah, I still don't like Blink, but I think that helps, isn't it, with the mobility. So overall, I'd say that is the Warlock covered. We won't cover the Hunter because the Hunter, it's literally, to me, the Hunter. We'll summarise it up now. The Hunter is like the Night Stalker, but you just replace the supers with a golden gun, or the fucking Blade Dancer. What's now the Arc Strider? There's no change. I think you could do combos with the staff. Was quite cool. And you can kill like multiple enemies with one swing with your staff. Was also cool. What in a sense is better than the Blade Dancer, because the Blade Dancer you could only hit one unless you did the wave thing, but the wave thing was pretty weak. So Arc Strider is overall an upgrade on the Blade Dancer, and the Golden Gun. I like the Golden Gun. Let's just put it like that. And then obviously you got the dodge thing. If you can set up a nice combo with the dodge. If you dodge to reload your gun, waste your ammo, knife to kill the enemy, and then you get your rollback. So then you just do your dodge, and then boom, you got your mag back again. So you can do that. It feels good when you do it. Is it effective is another question, and I don't have the answer to that. But I don't know. I like it. It feels cool. It looks cool, and I'm gonna do it when the game comes out.
There is one more thing about Dawnblade.
What's that?
Turns out the tracking, it might feel like tracking, but there isn't. Actually, in the hidden part, there is tracking on the left. Fated for the flame. So maybe you're just too accurate, but we will eventually get tracking, but it's weird. It feels a little bit like tracking.
It feels it. They dip.
Yeah, when you do it, yeah.
Killing an enemy with Daybreak extends its duration. Hold Chocobo in midair to quickly descend. Oh, that's from the when they showcased the game, wasn't it?
Totally, yeah. Epic superhero landing.
It'd be shame you can't do that with your rifts, but then I guess what's the point of that perk? Quickly descend and restore your health. While Daybreak is active, descend causes explosive damage. and then igniting touch. Strike an enemy with its melee ability to burn them and cause them to explode when killed. What's kind of like the Void Walker, punch them and then they explode. But I think that's just an all-round perk. Alright, that is the Dawnblade covered. And well, overall the Warlock is covered. Not perfectly, but you know, we are no experts. We just play the game and we know things.
I haven't played the normal Destiny or the original Destiny in ages.
Yeah, the really good Destiny. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. The next topic we're on about is going to be a short one because there's nothing solid and there's not much we can talk about. We don't know much about it. But vehicles in the game. So when me and Matt were thinking of things to talk about, he bang up the Cabal tank, Matt.
Yeah, the
Right.
massive ass tank that you can get. For
Right.
some reason, I don't know, they thought that we should use it, but
Okay. So overall, when with this, we're not too sure how to talk about. So I said let's talk about the vehicles. So you got the Sparrow, what we can't use. We don't have one yet in the beta. We've got the Pike, what we can use by waiting at the start of the strike. What is good, you could say. It's you can navigate across the whole of well, not the whole of the map,
yeah,
but the whole
the
the
cost of liquid thing.
yeah the Vex Milk stuff.
Yeah.
What map we're on? Nessus? Is it Nessus? Or
Not
something like that?
sure.
I don't know.
Really, no.
But whatever planet we're on, it looks cool. But I want to see the Hive. And then you got this tank. What Matt wanted to talk about. It's probably going to be a story mission. Or strike,
Yeah, I don't
maybe.
think it's
Maybe
gonna
a
be
strike,
like a,
you know.
patrol type thing. Maybe we'll be able to take it over in a patrol, but I highly doubt that.
Well, we used to be able to use them on the Valastuark strike back in Destiny? With the, what do they call it, incinerator tanks? When they like charge the shot and hit, you could use them. But, you know, you could only, that's like a one-off thing. But maybe, like this tank thing, maybe this is like more, like they're more often to use, like your Summon story missions, your Summon strikes, you can use them to gain advantage because some of the Cabal people you gotta fight against, they are fucking strong. The people with the swords, they're really hard to kill with weapons. And then maybe I think you use a shotgun on them, and then a shotgun to kill them. But if you try to use your normal weapons,
It does take a while.
yeah, your kinetic and energy weapons, it takes a while. If you use your what's it called, power weapon, then it's going to be a lot quicker. But it's a power weapon. What do you expect? But yeah, I think vehicles overall, I think we'll see more of them. One thing touching upon vehicles is Sparrow Racing, and if Sparrow Racing will be back, because they haven't spoke about it. I don't know if they said if it would be back in Destiny 2, but it'd be pretty cool if it is. You can do a little bit of Sparrow Racing. You can make it up in a strike if you get the pikes, and you can get to the launch pads and whatnot. I did do it in a strike, what was pretty good to do. But yeah, it'd be fun to see how many vehicles there are. See if we could. I know they won't do it, but like if we could customize the Sparrows somehow. I remember like in Destiny 1, you could go to buy the mods so you could change the rare Sparrow into a legendary Sparrow. No one did it, and if you did do it, I'd be really surprised. But yeah, I remember there was that. You could like upgrade your stuff. I'd be surprised if they do that again because it was kind of pointless. It's more of a collector's thing, upgrading your Sparrow. So I doubt they'd do that. But yeah, the tank thing, possibly a story mission. Or multiple story
Maybe
missions.
blow up your ship or something. Maybe it's got something to do with Gary.
Gary! Maybe. One thing, what's a bit disappointing, is that like flying your ship, no, there's could be no ship battles. It'd be pretty good. The last game I've done something on that was Battlefront. I haven't played that since.
I did like this ship. The flying mechanic in Battlefront. That's one of the only good things.
It would be good if you could just one mission, at least one mission in Destiny 2. If you could just fly a ship and fuck the Cabal up,
Something to do with it.
it'd be good.
That'd be great. Otherwise, the ships are just there for orbit fodder. That's it. You don't get
mm,
nothing else out of it.
yeah. Also talking about vehicles, actually, before we go on to the next topic, you can also destroy some of the ships. So when you go into the open battlefield part on the strike, there where the craters are and all that, there are ships that you can take out. I haven't managed to take one out yet because I wanted to hit one with my Nova Bomb, but Nova Bomb is just too slow and they're too fast. But yeah, I haven't seen anyone destroy one yet. But yeah, so you can take out ships. The fallen ones, where the fallen jump off the little platform, you can't destroy them, as far as I know. Because I jumped on top of one, I was shooting it, I wasn't getting no hit markers or nothing. So I don't think they're destroyable, but the Cabal ones are. Maybe the Hive ones are properly destroyable now. Obviously, you could destroy the cannons back in the day. Same with the fallen ones. That's kind of it. We haven't seen any Siva yet.
Yeah, I'm curious
Hive
about
or
that, actually.
Taken. Those three are mysteries. Now Taken are in the game. It was confirmed that they are in the game. The Dreadnought is not at Saturn anymore though. There was a screenshot of Saturn with its rings, and the hole is still there, where Arx did his little fucking Titan Slam, but the Dreadnought's disappeared. It's fucked off. But the Taken are in the game. The Siva are in the game. Hive are obviously going to be in the game, and there's been screenshots of them. But they're not on Nessus unless they open up more the beta tomorrow on Friday when it's open. That's maybe when they open up the new Crucible map. What would be Fell Witness Peak? What would make sense? But you know, you gotta wait. It'd be good if they added like another armor set to Crucible and the strikes. Maybe add like a new,
Just a little bit.
yeah, just
Yeah.
something. But maybe that's too much. Maybe that's being too nice. One thing I would like to see, what we won't, because you need to go to the farm, and that's the clan banner, because you need to go to Hawthorne in the farm, and they said that the farm will be open for the last hour of the beta, but there will be no NPCs. So you can go there, you can play football, and you can see Ralph.
Just for exploration.
Yeah, and there's probably
Just to
like
get used
Easter
to the
eggs
area and get
and
some-
stuff. Yeah, I'm not too sure how big it is, the farm. It looks bigger than the tower, but I don't know. I just really want to play football, to be honest. But yeah,
That does look pretty cool.
and obviously you got Ralph, haven't you? Good old Ralph, the chicken. That I'm not too sure why he's called Ralph. Did he just make it up on the spot? Fucking Ralph. But yeah, that is vehicles and whatnot, and a bit of the social space. But we have not got that written down, but we just spoke a little bit
Why
about that.
not?
Next topic: Legendary Shards, Xur, and Trials. It's kind of all going to be put together. We did just record this, but it only saved the last minute of it. Was fucking useless.
Bad times.
Yeah. So, Legendary Shards. We can quickly run over this because we've already spoke about it. And Glimmer, actually, we did bring up a cool thing about Glimmer. So, Remnants of a powerful item used to improve gear and trade for other items. So, Xur, possibly, this is what you'd be using them for. To get mods,
extensions.
the special mods, strange coins, yeah. They could come back. Maybe, you know, you get them, what are they called? Upgrade points. By getting, like, donate 50 legendary shards or whatnot, and get an upgrade point, and you can get one like maybe once a week. And also you could use legendary shards to for the mods. You know, let's say quick reload. You're gonna need 25 legendary shards, 2,500 glimmer, certain amount of weapon parts, maybe a mote of light if motes of light are in the game, unless legendary shards have replaced them and whatnot. That'd be quite interesting to find out.
It'd be really cool.
And then we go on to Glimmer, and Matt, obviously you spotted this one out. The culture of the city,
Yeah.
a form of programmable matter used both for craft, what we all know, you know, you just use it for literally everything, and as a fuel.
Ooh,
Yeah.
shit's guaranteed. I will.
That says ships. I don't know. And there's a fuel.
Maybe use the Sparrow, but that just seems dodgy.
Yeah, I
As
keep
a fuel?
got use your
What?
sparrow, like fuel up your sparrow maybe. I don't know. As a fuel. Now the thing is, obviously, there's that screenshot, wasn't it, where the glimmer was at like 30 something thousand. So maybe there's not a cap on glimmer, or if there is, maybe it goes up to like 50 or 100,000. I remember there was a rumor back in the day that they're upping the cap on glimmer, and there's like a massive thing. They never did it, but yeah, maybe the cap for the glimmer's gone up, and maybe this fuel thing, not too sure how it's gonna work. Um, but maybe this is a step forward for the glimmer, because you know when you at the end of Destiny now, you know you'll be basically stuck with max glimmer because you've got the guns you've won, you've got the armor you've won, all maxed out. You can't really use
It'd be
glimmer
nice
for
if
anything.
the Glimmer turn into Legendary Shards or something else once you max it. That'd be good, so they can do something with that Glimmer, or
Yeah,
it goes
yeah.
towards the faction or something.
Well, we'll have to find out. Next we've got Xur and Trials. So obviously there's that DLC with the Trials logo on it. Personally, I don't think that's going to be Trials because it's going to be a bit late. They did say that Trials won't come out with the game, but it will come out later. I think that the Raid will probably come out like 2 weeks after the game released, and then Trials maybe a month after, or 2 months after. I'm not too sure. And then you obviously got Xur, the man that comes around on the weekends. Where does he come from? What does his face look like? Where does he go? Yeah, does he just chill at World of Warcraft on the weekdays and then comes over here for a weekend?
Where's he get his gear? Maybe the DLC will reveal all this stuff.
Who are the 9 as well? I don't like, because Trials is just PvP, isn't it? There's no story. Well, there is a story. Obviously, you got to go online, but like. You know, Trials is literally you go in 3v3 and you fight until you get to the lighthouse. If you go flawless, and that's it, isn't it? But the Trials DLC could possibly be, you know, you go to a new planet maybe where the 9 come from, and then maybe Xur or someone else from the 9 set you on a quest to, you know, I don't know, become a merchant, sell stuff. Maybe they're going to set up a stock market in Destiny 2. I doubt it. It'd be really cool if they did. That'd be fucking amazing if there was a stock market on Destiny 2 with like fluctuations and that. But it just won't happen. I just couldn't imagine it. On PC I could, because PC it can handle that. Console I don't think it could handle that. And if it did, then I feel like we'd have to lose a few things because I don't know. It just seems too much to ask for. So that's kind of it. Matt, you had your theory with the orbit thing.
Oh yeah, the Orbit. They say that they don't want Orbit to be used that much, but if they're gonna make it so with touchpad or whichever controller it is on each console, it is. If they're gonna make it so that you can just go wherever you want, so it's like a mini Orbit in your pocket, what's the point of going to Orbit? And maybe they will balance it so you can only use the touchpad navigation or the navigation in your pocket. I'm just gonna call it that. On the certain planet that you're on, or maybe to go to like a mode, like on
So,
like
like,
how we've got the Strike and the Crucible stuff.
For instance, what you're
But we
saying,
can't put them in place.
for people that don't understand, is let's say you're on IO and you want to get to a public event, but you know you want to just fast travel to it and wait. So what you would do is you press the touchpad to load up the orbit in the pocket, or whatever you called it, and get there, kind of thing. But if let's say you're on Nessus, and you you want to go to IO, but you want to do a lost sector or something in IO, you can't fly that, like you can't go there. You can only go to a what are they called, landing zone? What the fuck do you call them? A landing zone, basically. Do that kind of thing, and then in orbit, Matt, are you saying in orbit you can fly? You can fly only at the
You go
landing
to
zones,
from
right?
one planet to a different one, so you can't jump
Oh, and yeah,
planets.
so you can't jump
And you
planets
touch
through in-game kind of thing, like
yeah.
in first person. But if you go to orbit, like yeah, alright. So you can't just go from planet to planet, but you gotta go
If
from
you want to
planet
go from
planet
Io
orbit
to
to planet.
Nessus, then you have to go to orbit. If you wanted to go from a mission in Nessus or like the farm to a public event or something in Nessus or whatever to a mission in Nessus, then you just press the touchpad and boom.
Yeah, I feel they like because they just. I feel like orbit's just for like get your fire team together and that's it, isn't it? Now that's all. That's what it's for.
Yeah.
What's a shame. But obviously, Orbit will have another feature. It's a bit of a joke, but when you're lagging in a raid or a strike, mainly a raid, because you know it's raid night, the boys are going in, you lag, or you're doing shit, but you got to blame the lag, so you leave, you switch host. Obviously, you've gone to Orbit. Orbit's the boy, so you switch the leader, the fire team. You go back in the raid, you still get battered, and you leave. That's what Orbit will be used for, apart from getting your fire team. It will fix that so-called lag. uh, so that's that part of the sector. But yeah, Orbit is dying. Zer and the 9, we're coming to get you, boy. And Legendary Shards, what are you?
And fuel, please give me shit.
The final part of this long-ass video. This is one of the longest videos I've made, but last night I felt like I wanted to do this. And I was like, I'm gonna get Matt. And we're gonna talk at it because I could do it on my own, but two heads are better than one. So here we are. The final thing, like we're gonna have different takes on this. We're gonna agree with things, you might disagree with things, but the main part of Destiny 1. The reason I didn't like House of Wolves, there was no raid. The raid, obviously, this in Destiny 2, we don't know anything really about it. Obviously, 6 people, and I guess that's where you got to kill Gary. You got to kick his big Bane-looking ass.
I don't think we'll kill him on the first raid.
Do you not think? I
Well,
feel like
if he's this big bad guy that can come into your home and take away your main power, just like that, and none of the other enemies have been able to do that. Well, I've even thought about doing it. They maybe have thought, but they couldn't be bothered to do it. I highly doubt he'll die the first time, or we'll kill him that easily.
But then Oryx, this is the Oryx takes out all of the Awoken, yet 6 people kill him.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
It's quite dodgy. If they want lazy screenwriting, or just lazy writing, then they'll kill Gary straight off, and then just come up with some other villain next.
It's interesting. Every raid has always had like roughly 3 bosses. So Vault of Glass, you've had what do you have? You had the Templar, and the Gatekeeper, and then Atheon.
So many enemies.
Crota, you had well, it wasn't really 3 bosses, was it? It was more segments for that one. You had like the bridge, Death. What was the fucking name? Death Singer, and then Crota, and then the Taken King was a bit different. They added more to it. They kind of realised, well, it was a hard reset kind of thing, wasn't it, for the game, because they realised Destiny, well, the year 1 Destiny was fucking god awful for most things, and they had you had the relic thing at the start, what was brand new, never seen that before. First boss was the War Priest, then you had Golgoth, what was a cunt, the sisters or the daughters, whatever, and then Oryx, the boss man himself. What was overall? It was a good raid. I didn't like the raid personally. Is the raid I enjoyed the least. I just didn't really like the Taken. I fucking hate the Scions. The fact you it's always guaranteed you punch one and another one comes out. It's just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And obviously there's probably going to be more Taken now as well with all these new enemies. Just going to get more worse to go against them. But yeah, and then you got Wrath, what is a really good raid, solid raid. With I'm not too sure. I get the names mixed up. Matt, you did it countless amount of times. What are the bosses?
We're talking about the Wrath of the Machine raid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first guy. Oh, I can't remember their names. It's been so long.
I just remembered.
Yeah, I can't remember their names.
You got Vosic,
Yeah,
phase one,
Vosik, and then
and then Vosic
A
phase two.
something.
Then you got Def Zamboni, and then you've got Axis phase one, and then Axis phase
That's it.
two.
You remember well. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I did do a lot.
They split. Yeah, you did the math a lot more than I did. Because well, I kind of stopped playing the game. I did it all, stopped, and then came back, coming towards the final kind of update where they bring back VOG and all that. But overall, then the last two raids they did were really good. They just added more to it, and that's what more people want.
They
And
finally started to realise what we want.
yeah, slowly but surely they're understanding, and I feel like it's going to be the same because when you go against just like the mid bosses with the yellow HP bars, they're split up into 3 segments. Like the strike boss, split up into 3 segments, and you do like one chunk of damage or like 1.5 or half a bar. Something changes. Obviously, that I feel like this is going to happen in the raid, kind of like Wrath of the Machine when you downed his health, like you almost kill him, he teleports off. I feel like that's going to be probably happen in the raid.
A lot of damage to Gary, but he'll survive. 100%. There's no way that he dies straight off.
You don't think he's going to die?
I don't think he
It wouldn't
should.
surprise me if they did like a fucking Oryx thing where you down him, you don't kill him, but you down him, and then he just teleports. Obviously,
Baddest thing in the universe,
you got the
basically.
Ascendant realm, and the Cabal don't have that. But I don't know, maybe he's got a mini me.
I mean,
You know, maybe
him
it's
and his
got-
Cabal Legion are more stronger than, as you said, they're more stronger than the Vex and all that stuff.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I would like to see raid armor, but possibly multiple raid armors. One thing I know would never happen, but like maybe downscale the raid somehow. So like maybe it's going to be guaranteed 6 people. They got guided games and all that, but it's just not going to happen. But if you had like a team of 5, or maybe 4, but I think because now Crucible's 4 players, it's got to be 5 minimum. If you had 5 people, then they would like drop down the difficulty a little bit. Maybe that'd be like a cheese. I'm not too sure. But yeah, if there's 5 people, you could still go into the raid. And maybe there would be like an AI or something. I'm not too sure how the fuck you would do it, but somehow you could do it. I'd like raids with like 8 players or 10 players, like Warframe. We've got 8 players, 8-player raids. But Warframe's completely different to this. But I doubt they'll do the 8-player. They're just going to stick to 6, so that's what they know. They have a foundation, what they set at the end of Destiny, what they know what works. What they're going to add that was the mechanics, what we've kind of seen in the Strike, the Inverted Spire. And I think add that together, you're going to get yourself the new raid, where I think Gary's going to die. You're not going to think Gary's going to die. If he does die, it will be good then.
I don't want him to die early, but the writing, if they don't improve the writing,
It'd be pretty cool if, like, basically what happens if you kill, like, you don't kill him, you defeat him, and then he flies off, kind of thing.
Yeah.
He leaves Earth, he leaves the tower and all that, and then maybe
don't think that'd
you
be
unlock Earth. That'd be pretty cool. You unlock Earth, and then like, you've completed the raid, but you've now got Earth, and you can explore Earth. And there's all these missions after the Cabal. You got like fix Earth and bring humanity back to
They'll do something
norm.
really lazy. I'm calling it.
One thing as well is also if you defeat Gary, you've got the thing inside the Traveller, right? What's going through it, sucking out all of its power, right?
Yeah.
In the story mission or something, you're gonna have to get rid of that because after you completed it all, it's still gonna be there and it's not gonna be right, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So maybe the story is gonna be like dedicated to removing that fucking leech off of the Traveller,
Well, what happened?
destroy it,
when it's
and then you gotta fight Gary.
It becomes OP as hell. It'll be so OP, nothing will destroy it.
Nothing will destroy us.
I mean, they're messing with the big bad, which is us.
Matt, you die all the